right, last workout of the month, Friday the 25th. This is full body, and this is an every minute on the minute. You're gonna pick between 14 and 20 minutes. It has to be an even number, so you're gonna pick 14, 16, 18, or 20 minutes. I will explain EMOM after. So we have double press and goblet squat. Double press is our odd minutes. Goblet squat is our even minute. So goblet squat we have done before. That's just our weighted squat. And our devil press, you can hold on to the weight. I can't, so I put them down, down, high plank, in, swing. 1, 2, or you can do it off of a height. You would put your weight on the chair and you would jump out, in, grab your weight, clean and press, because you can't swing, remember, because the chair's in the way. All right, EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. So that is on your timers page on the Gym Flex Next timer. It is an option called EMOM. So again, every minute on the minute. So what that means is your timer's gonna say 3, 2, 1, go, and it's gonna count up to your first minute. When it hits that minute mark, it's gonna beep. It's gonna count to your second minute, beep. Count to your third minute, beep. So it's beeping every minute, okay? Now, along with that beep means you start doing something. So we have devil press on our odd minute, goblet squat with our even minute. So when we start, we're gonna start with our devil press. Then the second minute comes along, we're gonna do our goblet squats. Then the third minute, devil press, fourth minute, goblet squat. 5th minute, double press, 6th minute, goblet squat, okay? That's how it works. Now, within each minute, you're gonna complete between either 6, 7, or 8 double press on your odd minutes and 10 to 15 goblet squats on your even minutes. So you might pick 6 and 12. You might pick 8 and 15. You are picking that number of reps of how many you're going to do in that minute, okay? So if you pick 6 and 10, you're gonna do 6 double press, second minute, 10 squat. Third minute, 6 double press, second minute, 10 squat. The catch is your rest is determined by how fast you go. So if it takes you 30 seconds to do 10 devil press, you now have a 30-second rest before you have to do 10 goblet squat. If it takes you 30 seconds to do your 10 goblet squat, now you have 30-second rest before you have to start your 6 double press again, okay? So the point is you want to work fast each minute because the rest of your minute is all you have for rest. But if you do too fast in the beginning, by the time you get to the end, you're gonna be really tired, you're gonna take a lot longer, and you might have too little rest. So you wanna pick something challenging, but if you ever drop below 10 seconds of rest, you need to lower your number of reps. So if you're picking the most, 8 and 15, and you're picking 20 minutes, and you get to your 10th round, your 10th minute, and you're at 20 seconds of rest, that's still pretty good. And then maybe at your 15th round, maybe you're at 12-second rest, but you're like, I only have 5 rounds left, I'll be fine. That's fine. If you are starting and after a few rounds, you're like, okay, I only have 20 seconds, and halfway through you only have 10, you're not gonna make it. You need to lower your number of rounds. So once again, it's gonna beep every minute. You're alternating which exercise you do every other minute, and whenever you are done with your exercise, look at your timer. That's how much rest you have until it beeps again, okay? So that's how you gauge it. If you're like, well, how do I know if I need to lower my reps? Or how do I know? You need to pay attention to the timer and see every time you finish, how much rest are you getting, okay? And if it starts to get too low, lower your number of reps. So your devil press, I'm not gonna go over the goblet squat, it's your weighted squat, we've talked about that before. Your devil press, typically you would hold your weights and you would drop down to the ground with the weights in your hand. I cannot do that because of my wrist, so I'm gonna start with my weight on the ground. Or if you have dumbbells that are totally round that might slip if you go down with your weight on them, you're gonna start with them on the ground. So you're going to put your hands on the outside of your weights, you're gonna jump out into a high plank, You're gonna jump back in with your feet in a wide stance. You're gonna grab your dumbbells and you're gonna swing them between your legs and up overhead. Lower, 1. Jump out, in, swing overhead, 2. Jump out, in, between your legs, overhead, 3, okay? So, if you need to, if you have an issue with jumping, you can always, just like your burpee, it's very similar to a burpee. You can step out instead of jump out. You can step in instead of jumping in, and then you swing overhead. So one thing you want to be careful with your double press is when you jump in and swing overhead, you want to make sure that you're almost in a gorilla stance and that your back is not super rounded. So you're going to jump out, in. When you grab those weights, drop your butt, okay? So I don't want to grab them like this, because see how rounded my back is? I want to drop my butt into like a gorilla stance, so now my back is straight when I swing overhead, okay? That's the only one thing that you want to be careful with, because over time, it's going to hurt your back. So when you go to grab your weight and to swing overhead, make sure that butt is dropped and you're in gorilla stance before you swing overhead, okay? And that's it. That is the end of March. Hope to see you in April.